Hi folks, back to oils. Did two watercolours for you last Saturday. I ended one quite abruptly because I got a load of cadmium yellow oil paint on my new jeans. But using that washing powder, which I use for cleaning the brushes now, my wife put them in the washing machine with quite a good dollop of the powder, and it all came out. Can you believe it? Wet oil paint straight out of the tube, a great glob of it. So panic over. So I've got a palette. I'll show you what I'm using as a palette. There we go. I've got cadmium yellow. Oops. Cadmium yellow, cadmium red, ultramarine, red ochre, sap green, and some Payne's grey for darkening purposes. As usual, I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do. I'll just start. Right, nice clean brushes. This was the Pro Art brush I bought a couple of weeks ago. The handle fell out of it, come unstuck. So I just banged a couple of pins through, one each side, and snipped them off to a suitable length and bashed them over, so that'll never come off now. Just hope the bristles don't fall out. I've had two cheap brushes, well, they weren't cheap, two brushes from China that fell apart the second time of using them, and all I was doing was just cleaning the oil out of the bristles. Not good at all. Right, got loads and loads of cloth now for pulling my brushes through. I've got about 20 white towels from a friend who's a masseuse, and they're just about worn out now, but they're ideal for what I'm using them for. So let's just get some oil, sap green, got a good mix, and some red, bits of oil, and just go for it. Just have some more fun, as Frank Clark would say. I do like water in landscapes. Oh, that's interesting. Get some pretty red in the foreground. Just lift out that hair. Oh, that's right. Oh, no, come off. Well, that comes off, that one, but the other one won't. I keep meaning to see how lifting out would work on this. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find a card. Oh, well, that's what I'll do. Oh, let's just see what will happen. Could do. 4 rocks and that sort of thing, but don't want rocks at the moment, so I'm not sure it's going to be a rocky picture. So I'm going for a tree here, I think. And balance it on the other side. Now we're coming into winter now, but there's still plenty of red on the trees. I don't want to do what I've done before. So maybe that's just a bit too big. I've got a bit carried away. So let's rub some of that out. I mean, the great thing about this way of painting is that you can change very quickly. I'm going to move my camera stand around. I'll keep bashing into it. All right, lovely. I've got a cup of tea here, so I'm going to drink it when I find it. The great thing about this painting, about this way of painting, is using cheap brushes. You can sort of lift out, but you need lights and darks to do it. It won't show because the tones are too close to that white ground. Oh, let's go again. Let's go. This had quite a low horizon, I think. Right, okay, put some red in that sky, I think. Now, let's bang in a bit. Sorry about the banging, but it's 2mm. It's a little. It's not. It's sort of bendy, but it's not without strength. It's a very durable piece of material to work on. 2mm MDF or masonite, I think you call it in the US. Apparently, Samsonite is a version of luggage. So. So we'll stick with masonite. Hardboard is the UK. It's like MDF on one side, but it's got a machine grain on the back of it. It's not as hard as the MDF. The MDF is shiny both sides, very highly compressed. But hardboard is a lot softer. I do like hardboard, but because of the amount of stuff I paint without getting rid of, I'm getting a bit of a storage problem here. And although I've got a nice big room and I've got a loft above it, once I put them in the loft, above this loft room, I never know where anything is. I wouldn't know what's up there. Let's just bend that pin up a bit. I thought it was falling off into the paint I did last week. Right, so let's try a sky. Let's go largest sky. I can always put a bit of a building in. I've not put any buildings in this series of paintings. Maybe I will. Right, let's go back to another brush. God, quite useful that one. I want to show you something that somebody suggested. Oh, sorry about that. I've got to take my headphones off. Right, here we are. I bought this bottle, this litre of linseed oil. It came Friday or Thursday. And a friend has given me a bag of very fine dry sand. I'll show you. Somebody suggested if I put some in the bottom of the in the oil, over a couple of weeks it would take the colour out. So this is the fine dry sand. Oh, beautiful stuff! Look at that. So I've put a good ton of that in the oil, and we'll see what happens. I'll put that to one side. Keep that nice. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of sky now. Let's get some more oil. Got loads of oil now. Put a load in there. Sorry you can't see me mixing this, but I need two hands, and so I can't keep picking up a palette and putting it down. And also I apologise for my hairdryer on the watercolours. There's not much I can do about that. People do complain, but it's on deaf ears because this camera is a lovely camera for sound and picture quality, but like camcorders, you can't pause and record. So if I was to turn off the video, well, pause the video, do it every time I use the hairdryer, and I then unpause it, it sets off a new video. Then I have to edit the things together, and my wrist was aching with uploading and downloading 3 videos I did on Friday. And were I to pause the video, as you would wish, it just takes too much of my time. I'll give enough time to this. Also, for anybody that wants to subscribe to my Patreon channel, it's not compulsory of course, and I do more on YouTube than I do on Patreon at the moment. That might change. Apparently there was the link to my new patron page was broken. And I didn't realise that. So somebody pointed it out. On YouTube, someone was watching my channel, said the link's broken, Dave, and when you click onto the Patreon page, it comes up to my home page and not to the creator, the new patron page. And some people I know have been having difficulty, and I didn't know why. But my daughter sorted it out for me over the weekend, so I apologise for that. I'm completely in ignorance of it. Probably why I'm a bit low on these subscribers at the moment. But YouTube had to change its adult content and differentiate between what's suitable for or content that's being made for children and stuff that is not being made for children, because they've had a massive fine imposed on them. So we now have to specify. Now I'm not going to mark my videos for over 18s because I would lose a lot of revenue, I believe. I don't get much. So I've marked the videos as content not made for kids. Because apparently I'm legally obliged to do that. Try not to get everything the same there. So that was a bit of I mean, I don't understand the jargon. They designate kids under 13 as kids, or human beings under the age of 13, but it's got adults only over 16. Well, there's a 5-year gap between the 13 and 18, so I found that confusing. So if you've got any views on that, please let me know. Great thing about the oils, somebody said that linseed oil never dries. It does dry. I've got my paintings that I did last week, they're bone dry. They're not touch dry for a couple of days. If I kept in the warm, the linseed oil seems to be fine. I love using the linseed. It's not toxic. A bit of yellow in here. Got a bit of just working my way around this. I sort of cast adrift on the briny. When I start to blend it, it'll sort of take a lot of the oil off. Right, let's have a bit of Payne's Grey, and a bit of blue, a bit of oil, and a bit of that cad red. Overhead darks. Keep you in the picture. Get some big clouds. I usually use yellow ochre in the sky, but I haven't put it in any out. So, let's see how we go with this yellow. So we've got our trees there, both sides. I'm not so sure about whether I want to do a water scene. It's not sort of panning out like that. Oh, that's it, getting some shape there. The thing with these things is just to start, just to make a start, just make a mark on the paper with some paint as I did, and just see where it goes. A bit of red in there. Oh, so a bit of bit of that red. Okay, a bit of blending brush. Using a hake, this 3-inch hake. It's losing, well, it's. I've never used it apart from the last week or so when I've been doing it. So let's just pull out some of the hairs and just waft away. And you just build up the washes as you go, but always bearing in mind it's light against dark as tone and texture. I might stand up for this. You can get some lovely soft effects with this method. You don't have to paint realistic skies. We're making paintings. Okay, so I mean, We'll go and work on the foreground now. That sort of dry off a bit. Take off some of the hairs. I think I do prefer yellow ochre. Find some yellow ochre. What's this? Raw sienna? Raw sienna? Yeah, the same stuff. Very similar. Let's put some of that down. This raw sienna is an artist's quality, Winsor & Newton. And it's darker than the ochre. I use it in watercolour, raw sienna, because it's lighter than the yellow ochre, and it's not so it's more transparent. Oh, let's get a bit of a field in there. So a bit of sap green, bit of the old yellow. A bit of red. Whoops, a bit too much. There's some dark. A bit dark at the bottom as well. It keeps the eye in the picture. Maybe we'll put a bit of a river in there. I don't know. Remember, you need lights against dark, so put plenty of dark in. Get the green. Oh, got a bit up too high. Okay, let's start the cotton bud. Just a rough. If you get it wrong, just paint over it. My arm egg going to the right. Alright, do some on the other side. Then we'll start the texturing. So those are all some colours. Like that. By lifting out brush. There's a lot of oil in that. Might have gone a little bit dark there. But, no worry. So I'm just going to alter the camera a little bit so it picks up the bottom. That's it. Okay. Oh, we'll get some. I'm going to tap that right side. I don't put too much Payne's grey and. Up there, sort of block that side. It's excuse me, well I just opened blind. It's a bit dark. Right. So quite a nice day, and I haven't finished my tea. Right, now see, I want to try to get some well, I get some bushes here and there in the sort of bank. Right. Try the brush a bit. It's all this creating the illusion of detail without actually putting any detail in. It was just moving the paint around and lifting it out. But it's getting back to that light colour underneath. So many of my paintings sort of centre on the River Wandle, which I shall be cycling along tomorrow. We're not in the country here. We're over the weekend. We're at my daughter's house in Dorking. And looking out the bedroom window, upstairs, lovely view of Ranelagh Common. It's part of the Surrey Hills. Well, Dorking is in the Surrey Hills. It's the market town. But it's about 16 miles from here by train, half an hour car journey. Lovely, lovely place, Dorking. Alright, let's move away. Let's go over to the other side now. Then I'll start texturing the trees and I'll put in some stuff over here. Get some dark in there. I want to get some dark in there so that I can lift out a bit. The light red, or the red ochre goes pink when you mix it with white, which is good. Now I'm getting crap. Yeah, three videos uploaded last Saturday on Saturday afternoon. My hands were hanging off probably the painting earlier on, and I got coming into talking, and my wrist just would not straighten up. It sort of froze in a spasm. So this isn't just painting, guys. This is a lot of uploading. There's a lot of work in these. Well, a lot of work in all the extra stuff you have to do with the laptop or computer, whatever you use. So I'm keeping this cheap old brush as dry as I can to lift out. Right, I want a bit of dark in there, otherwise it won't counterchange. It's always about tone, counterchange tone, light against dark. Well, there's something's happening there. We've got more green there than the other side. There's a bit of the River Wandle near Dean City Farm, if you know it, and I know some of you do, where the river is straight. It's not a wide river, it's not a. This is well, it's it's the River Wandle, right? Which is a suburban Surrey chalk stream. It's designated as. So let's. Blend that a little bit. I'll put some blue in that, or at least some distant colour. just drag some of that reflection down. Okay. Now I'll put in a bit of light blue, well, not blue and red, sort of nice distant colour. Touch of that light red. Sort of a focal point as well. Alright, I might put some figures in, just by way of a change. Alright, we can also get a bit of a, when I go back to that sky, you can always get a bit of a, I think someone said it's fumio. I don't know, whether you blend the edges in with the local or the other colours. So you get a nice misty effect just by bringing the sky into the trees and the trees into the sky. Right, let's get the old, this. That's that's quite good actually. Another tip. Oh, that one's useless. No, the point on that was a bit soft and fluffy. Oh, that's no good. use a smaller. I've got a bit wild there. Oh, I'll just put a bit of dark in the bottom of that. I can't think of much more to do on that bit. Let's go back on the sky now. So we've got our darker brushes. There's not quite so much oil in this now. Right, oh, blend. Clean. Let me turn off the time. 50 minutes, got 10 minutes because the video will shut off. We won't shut off, it'll start another video and then I'll have to go back on Windows Movie Maker. I'm not a great lover of the fast forward, the speed. I've done it myself in the past, but it's easy enough to do. It's just, I used to do both, the speedy version and the slow version. So you had a choice. But I don't know. It's all right if you're listening to the radio on your laptop or whatever I do in bed, with YouTube on silent. But it's not my favourite way. Alright, let's get some of that. Mix a bit of ochre, a bit of white. move the obvious hairs. Right, a bit more that colour. That's a bit of red in it. Oh, fingers have gone. Taking the cloud off the page, off the support. Yeah, beautiful. Some fluff from the towel. Right, let's go softening a bit of that. Got to do some trees over there. Right, Q-tip. No, what's the matter? Look at the soft. Just an impression. Always leave something for the viewer to put in. Connects them to the picture. The abstractness, they decide what they see. Right, now I'm going to screw up a bit of paper, see if I can make a point. I'm going to put that in a mount, or in a frame. I've got a frame, not the nice white one. I'm still studying the one I did last week. I can't remember what I called it. So bear with me. We'll. God, there's loads of hairs on it. Let's see if I can just take off a couple. I don't know if it'll work. I'll put it in the frame, then I'll take them off. I think. It's me being impatient. Okay, nice fit, I did check. In the middle. Okay. Right, there it is, folks. So there's a bit of a mark on this. That's just just a touch. Not sure if that's right, but probably. Just one would have done. That'll do. Right, let's have a look at some of these hairs. Well, that's all part of the charm, isn't it? Right, let's bring you back so you can see. So there we are.